Hello, hello. I'm Mahet. This is Jim, and we're going to finish my Hallow's End chores, but with a bit of a twist. I'm a little bit tired of trick-or-treating, and I know it's not the most exciting content, so this time when I go around, I just need 100 treats left, actually. That's a lie, I need 95. I want to spend some time looking at the different architecture of the Azerothian cultures as we go around, because I've been noticing and appreciating it myself as I've been flying around doing my trick-or-treating, but I really want to, I don't know, take a minute and appreciate what we're about to get in housing. This, for example, the orcish kind of post-garage house, totally not my aesthetic, but I do appreciate what it is. There's these chunky rocks that kind of started in WoD, this beefy texture that we get here. A lot of the weapons from Warlords have this quality of just being I don't know, slabs of stone instead of a sword, for example. And Orgrimmar itself now is the same, right? We have these deep cracks in the rocks that make up the walls between the iron that I guess Garrosh introduced. But that's not the only orcish architecture out there, right? We have the vanilla stuff. We've got the Cataclysm, Twilight Highlands content. You'll see there's a surprising amount that I've noticed. I just want to take a minute and look at what goes on there. If we start here, I mean, this house is wood. I don't even think that's in the housing demo right now to get this nice, just horizontal, straightforward wood wall, especially with these kind of man, what's it called? It's not a parapet, where archers have more space on the inside and you have this tiny slit on the outside. But that's a nice window, honestly. A lot of the ones that we saw on the PTR were, they all look the same. They were kind of big and round and glowy, more in a goblin way. So I don't know, I would take those little rectangular windows. You see them on the auction house there too. And this sort of border around the orcish doors is a lot more ornate than maybe you'd expect for the orcish architecture, but it's nice. And I hope we see more of that in housing, because I didn't notice it, as I was doing the test. Doesn't mean it wasn't there, but I didn't notice it. Let's see what else is in here. Obviously with the classic cooking table, fur rug. Maybe we can build ourselves conversation pits. This cooking table is a little bit recessed into the floor. I wonder how much effort or how many decor items it would take to make a sunken living room in your house. I feel a lot of us are fantasizing about that, so it might be nice. This orcish bar, also pretty cool, with the different sized kegs all through it. The bottles in the background that are all glowy. I guess they have candles in them. That's pretty cool. I mentioned a few days ago, the lighting situation in the current state of housing leaves a lot to be desired. Jim has found a box to play in, rather loudly. But these candles in bottles would be pretty nice, frankly. We know we're gonna get weapons and shields and stuff to put on the wall. I mean, a map would be cool. Wouldn't say no to that. These hammocks I was noticing earlier, they're also in a lot of the Tauren architecture. I don't love them aesthetically, but if we got an up-res, it would be cute. Buddy, is your head stuck? No, okay, he's all right. I guess these windows are the same on the inside and the outside. They weren't quite the like archer style that I was envisioning, but that's okay. This like chandelier is actually a lot nicer than the one that they have on the housing beta, or had on the PTR, I guess. It's not the beta. But I feel like when we look at orcish architecture, kind of like instinctively cringe, right? And I think there's some really nice details that I hope we get to see in the housing decorations as time goes on, is basically where I'm coming from here. But anyways, let's go pick up our Tricky Treat quest.
Well met.
From the correct timeline.
Light bless you.
So I've just been doing the one where you like go to the capital cities and do like an emote. That particular quest is worth 10 Tricky Treats. And then I do just the like burn our Wicker Man one here, which I think is 3. The rest, sorry, the cat is like just ripping up paper for no reason. That's not really what he gets up to most of the time, but there's a party happening. All right.
What is it?
Time to build up. This might only award like 1 Tricky Treat. I'm not even sure that's really worth it, but it saves us being at 99 treats later and being like, no, why didn't I do it? Yeah, it is just 1. Alright. Okay. So, my personal favorite that I'm so excited for is the Forsaken architecture. And that too, right, we have 2 very distinct versions of. There's this Lordaeron, Fall of the Humans stuff, this desaturated stone. This like dead ivy is pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having that on the outside of a house, frankly. But it's a lot of like, it's very grim and not in a fun way, right? It's just like desaturated. It kind of like falls to the background of your mind. It's not drawing any attention to itself, and I think that makes sense for a ruin, which is what, I mean, this is the ruins of Lordaeron, so that makes sense. But the new like Kata Forsaken architecture just is my favorite thing. Every time I see it, I like fall in love with it all over again. These lanterns are great. What are they hanging on? Just like a bone, I guess. The bone is whatever. It kind of reminds me of like the Nerubians, but the lantern's cute. The interior here. This is still, I guess, more of the sort of vanilla Forsaken. They didn't update this a ton in Kata, from what I remember. Like, the bank feels pretty much the same. I guess the stairs look higher resolution, but yeah. Alright, to emote for this guy. And pick up my treats. Yeah, here too, and I don't remember off the top of my head if they've updated this, but like this mailbox in the original undead aesthetic is basically the Stormwind mailbox, but like kind of beat up, right? And I don't know, I guess we probably all have like a special place in our hearts for the vanilla aesthetic, but it has that same like desaturated sort of recessive quality that the newer Forsaken architecture doesn't have, which is cool. I know I've seen in the crafting screenshots that we're going to get to build coffins. I don't know if they're these ones. I don't really care. I'm going to make them regardless. But there were like coffins and coffin lids to be made with the new lumber system. I don't know which profession specifically will make them. I want to say inscription for like no reason at all, but those will be available. It's a good square bookcase. I guess this broom is probably Hallow's End and not Forsaken. You know, wouldn't hate a slime fountain while we're talking about things. That would feel pretty good. I don't know if there's much like outside of this inner circle that really deviates stylistically. Like the signposts are great. An up-resed version of these would be really lovely. Super Nightmare Before Christmas, even before the Kata upgrade, I think they looked like that. Got our meat wagons, like you need one of those in your front yard, right? Like you got to. I need to. I'm going to be buying multiple copies of every single Forsaken item and just like living my goth dreams on the beach. I'm pretty sure I'm going to build like just a super goth beach house. That seems to be where I'm at right now. Got some like standard barrels, nothing here that's like, yeah, culturally specific to the Forsaken. So I think what we really want to do is get out to like Brill and the Sepulchre and Terran Mill, which are all like pretty similar now, but it's where the good stuff is. So just find our way out. Like, can I get a bouncer for my house? Can I just like park an abomination at my front door and be like, don't let anybody in, guys? Would also really help me live out my like undead fantasies. Oh, this isn't gonna fit through the door, is it? No. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this is all still very human, but if we leave the ruins and we go out to Brill, like, this stuff is fantastic. This, yeah, like, whatever, Tim Burton stone architecture with the sort of, like, off-kilter roofs and the spiky, I don't know, peaks of the roof. Need that. I've seen, we're gonna get some fencing that kind of looks like, yeah, like this, exactly, actually. We'll get this fence from, I think, the Undercity Quartermaster, if I recall correctly. Need a plague wagon in my front yard, or my backyard, whatever, in my yard. Gotta have one. Realistically, I think I've said that word a few times now. If I zoom out to where everything's a little brighter, this house right here, whatever this building is, that's what I want. Like, I don't need a whole lot else, but if they just let me have this, that would be a pretty great starting place. I would take some candles, absolutely. The globe is nice, but if I just had like that exterior, I would be pretty pleased. I spent way too long trying to make that in this house, exactly this house in Minecraft, and it looks like you would expect from Minecraft, frankly, but we tried. I guess these are the coffins with the lids, so maybe this is the version that we'll be able to make with crafting. Hopefully we get to just like place cobwebs places. I don't really like spiders, but I think the cobwebs are going to be a pretty important part of the vibe. You know? These tents are pretty good. You see them a lot later on as we like move into Tirisfal. Right now, on the PTR, when we got to test out housing, they had like a wyvern roost that you could place, and I would like a bat roost instead. Like, I want to just go all in on this. The green flames on the candles are cute. They don't put off a lot of actual illumination, but, you know, Good vibes. Good windows. Nice purple spookiness. The current windows, I said this a few days ago, with the blue are just like not doing it for me. They don't really read like daylight. And they're not really like spooky enough for Brill, for example. Let's see. I don't want to spend forever here because most of these little forsaken villages are the same, but there's like Frankenstein sort of electrical pieces would be pretty great. I wonder if they'll give that to us in like an exterior customization for a future house. I guess I can just go up here. Sometimes I forget we can fly. Honestly, like in the old world. This little tower's cute. You got like actual smoke coming out of it, which I didn't see on the PTR, but that doesn't mean they're not going to give it to us. But like nice sort of ambiance that we could be getting. And then of course the bat roost. If there's a wyvern one, they have to give us a bat one, right? Like that only seems fair. This green lantern. More fencing. I assume it seems like each culture on the vendors right now gets a type of fencing, and it's not this one for the undead. It's the one we saw at the entrance over here. Just like these guys, which are, I mean, fence is a little generous, I guess, but this is what we appear to be getting. It's just the sort of chunky fence post with the spikes, which is fine. Yeah. Good tower here. Oh, there's a bell tower. There's a balcony. So you see these things for years, and like I never actually look at them. What does this bell have on it? Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, let's keep going. We have a lot of treats to get. Right. I've been having to use the map marker for like every candy bucket just to keep myself focused. It's pretty easy to get distracted. Alright, if we swoop down here for just a second, we've talked about like the plague wagons and stuff, but this is that classic undead architecture again, right? This is like it's just human, but like worn down. And I suspect there are people in the game who want this, but I don't think I do. I don't need it. This is fine. Give me like a gray and purple tower. Yeah. And a meat wagon. So. All right. So we've got a few more of the like undead houses. I mean, like the crypts are cute. That would be like a nice garden accessory, maybe like a smaller version. Because there's so many, like that's where you start, right? If you create an undead character. Oh, I clicked off the wrong buff. But I don't think, it's like, it's weird once you start looking at all these little quest hubs, how well the devs who are decorating these areas reuse the same assets over and over again and make you feel like they didn't. This one's a little different. We've got more like of the plague paraphernalia, which is pretty cool. There's this little it's kind of like spooky gazebo, which again, like I put that in my yard. Little war tents, there's a few versions of them you can see with like extra kind of like plague apothecary accessories. which is pretty good. This is, I guess, more of like a forward post, so it's a bit more bare bones from a like actual building perspective, but the accessories are pretty cool. And then we go through these gates. This is, yeah, more of the tents, I guess. Jimmy, what are you doing back there, buddy? You good? There's a cat that lives down the street that he hates. So every time that cat is like walking down the sidewalk or something, he kind of loses it. I don't think that's what's happening. But I wasn't watching. I just kind of heard some fuss. Yeah. Ooh, Plague Barrels. I think this level of Forsaken accessory, for lack of a better word, is from like the BFA vendors. When we get into sort of the war fronts, they were giving more of this type of thing. Yeah. More vats. Like into, yeah, like good little Forsaken house. Alright. We're gonna change cultures soon, guys. Like, there's just Terran Mill, and then we're into, like, some trolls and some dwarves and stuff, I promise. So, yeah, we've got this, like, gazebo again. Whole trailer of barrels, which is nice. That gives off a nice glow. Like, if you had that, Alliance plot by the graveyard, that's not a bad light source. Neither is this. There's, like, a floating skull or something in there. Kind of gross. I know we have windmills. I saw some, there's like a human windmill and I think also a Tauren windmill that you can get, High Mountain Tauren. I don't know if these little like wind chimes are for Hallow's End or if they're always here, but they're nice too. They're like appropriately spooky. I'm guessing from the orange that they are Hallow's End, but I don't know. It's hard to tell right now. I guess as we explore some of the other areas, we'll find out. Right, like here. So this is the BFA version of Arathi Highlands. And these houses are cute. Like, these thatched roof human homes are really nice. And I think a lot nicer than the ones on the PTR right now that are more of the, like, Elwyn Forest version. We got, like, sort of this stucco exterior. Nice. They're, like, very warm and cozy looking compared to maybe the blue things that we're used to seeing. The barn's really nice. Good, well. Kind of weird to have your well that close to your barn, right? I don't know if that makes sense. But there was a well, like, very easily purchased on PTR. Good lanterns. Love a good lantern. Sconce lantern, even. Some grain. A keg back there. Hay bales. Shovel. It would be nice. I don't know. I didn't notice. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, or like maybe it wasn't on PTR. If you can just like drop a shovel in your yard with that sort of like haphazard, like I was in the middle of gardening and then I had to go inside energy. With how low the decor limits are on the outside plots, like maybe you wouldn't do that, but it adds a nice energy. It's more of like an open air barn with some wheelbarrows. There's like a scythe in the ground. So same thing, right? Like I was trimming some wheat or harvesting some wheat. I don't know. Picnic table. Nice fire pit. I saw T&E post saying that they weren't going to allow outdoor lighting because of server performance, and I'm hoping that that's not true for a variety of reasons, but like, just let's start with, hey, a campfire is a cute thing to have, so it'd be really unfortunate if people couldn't have them outside their homes. Just gonna like pretend it's a solvable problem and not worry about it too much. I guess this stuff is probably more like Alliance military, and maybe we won't see it so much in player housing. I don't know. I actually don't know if I can go in here just like randomly as a blood elf. I guess I can. These are nice too, honestly. Like you could have a nice Alliance like stone house instead of the sort of, I guess the ones that are on the current build are stone, but like this just seems kind of cleaner and brighter in a lot of ways. I feel like I would choose some of these as my Alliance house if this is what the architecture we were given is. This is cool. Like, I guess this is like an alchemy station with the pipes coming out of it. We spend a lot of time in the Arathi Highlands, but I've never noticed that. Yeah. This like party tent situation is nice. That'd be like great in an RP community on somebody's property. I wonder, is it gonna be a pain for me to go in this building? Presumably everything's like low enough level it won't bother me. Good table runner. Love a good table runner. These windows are nice. That's like a much softer, lighter blue than the blue of the windows that we saw on the PTR. Like this looks like daylight. I don't know. I guess the windows we had were just like too high, like chroma. Good. I like these kind of like plain banners. Although I like the way my house is decorated as a lot of sort of like big solid colors with no texture, so maybe that's just a personal bias. But yeah. Yeah, Stormguard kind of is giving me... It's making me feel more like at home in an Alliance setting than Stormwind Elwyn Forest does, actually. Something about it just like speaks to me more. I think these mage towers are pretty nice, and I think it's just that the bricks are like white. Couldn't tell you. This horde, this orc fortress is pretty similar to what we're gonna get. I guess everything here is hostile too. I mean, yeah, like this is, I think, where they've taken most of their inspiration for the orc player house, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in there. Got this little dwarven tunnel. I always forget this is here when I'm like leveling and stuff. It's not a whole lot to look at though. Just some like braziers and floor textures. The walls are nice, like the sandstone quality. Okay. We're actually in the wrong phase to get the tricky treat from here, but that's fine. Just looking around. These are, okay, yeah, the same, like, it's probably not stucco. I don't know what that's called. But I like these. I want like a thatched roof Alliance house. That sounds really cute. I mean, as it stands, I'm probably gonna use the Night Elf architecture, but whatever. This guy, yeah, again, more like the PTR, although I like the tent, like the drapery. Yeah. Kind of softens the, like, I don't know, aggressiveness of the orc architecture. So this has a lot of Tauren stuff in it. Taylor. Yeah. Alright. I don't know. Let's go up and look at the troll village that's just over here, and then I guess we'll start heading south. This Jintha Allure is a very, like, troll ruin energy. I don't I'm guessing we won't get anything really like this for player housing. These, like, this tent structure, I think there's gonna have to be something like that for troll players. But I was saying earlier, I'm super curious what they're gonna do for troll architecture, because it's all open air, and obviously, like, the way player housing is built, these are gonna have to be contained structures, which is kind of like goes against the Darkspear aesthetic, right? Like, this building that's typically the inn in a Darkspear player hub could be enclosed for sure. God, I just love the mailboxes. Hazel used to do these mailbox review videos, which I think is how I found her in the first place, and, like, mailboxes are good. I forgot to look at the mailboxes when we got to the Cat of Forsaken, but that's okay. Yeah, the Darkspear stuff is always, like, really bare bones, just, like, the straw roof, the, like, vertical wood, and then the sort of, like, open air. It's like the open air quality is so much of their identity, even, that I don't know what they're gonna do in an enclosed house, but I'm super curious, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. I guess realistically we're gonna see some of that, or hints to what they're thinking in Midnight, right? We have the new troll zone, new old troll zone, up here. So presumably whatever sort of, like, structures are there that are enclosed is going to be where they're taking their inspiration from for Darkspear houses. All right. Ooh, like that. The little, like, grill on the lantern. It's not called a grill, but you understand. Okay. So I did want the candy from here, but I also wanted to know if there's a mailbox. And it looks like no. Maybe? I think just no. Alright, well, I'll remember one day to look at a Kata era Forsaken mailbox. But I think now it's time for goblins? I mean, we've seen so much goblin from Undermine recently. But a lot of goblin architecture and decor doesn't look like Undermine, right? Like, that's the very, like, grungy, rusty, steampunk side of goblins. But some of the first places that we encounter goblins in the game, like Ratchet or Tanaris, like Gadgetzan, have that more, like, desert, like, the little sort of sandstone domes. It's, like, equally goblin in nature. But I guess that, too, is the, like, vanilla goblin versus the post-Kata goblin. Because this tower over here, whatever this place is called, the Krasworks, this is a lot more like the Undermine. I've been saying Undercity, haven't I? Oh well. You all knew what I meant. Alright. So yeah, the, like, Kata era goblins are all, like, rivets and rust and metal. Exposed light bulbs. This, like, kind of diamond plate table. And I don't even think the Undermine stuff was quite this. This is almost, like, gnomish. As is the music, frankly. The wallpaper, hilarious. Hopefully the goblins of the game get this wallpaper. What is this? Is this everywhere? Okay, we're gonna have to go maybe to, like, Gallywix's resort specifically and see if they have more weird wallpaper. That's how... There's so many things in this game that you just, like, don't ever look at. It's weird. Are there other buildings here that I should be investigating? Like, not really. This is more like you just come here to kill baddies rather than a quest hub. I'm kind of surprised there's even an inn. Alright. On to, I guess, Blood Gulch. Dragonmaw Port probably won't phase on... Well, maybe. This is a pretty old character. Maybe I did some of these. This might have been my Kata main, actually. So I was a druid for vanilla, for BC, and for Wrath. But at the end of Wrath, I definitely had this character. So maybe she does have it unlocked. Don't know. Would be nice. I mean, the Dragonmaw architecture, guys, like, is just messed up, right? Like, the story of the Dragonmaw is really twisted and horrible. Look at what's going on here. Their houses, the roofs are dragon scales. They have dragon wing. Like, what is this even for? This is just to be... You okay, buddy? This is just to be intimidating and gross. I think these dragons are dead. Seems... Oh my god, their wings... These are their wings. Oh, ew, okay. I have to move away. There's so many of them. The Dragonmaw are disgusting for so many reasons I'm not going to get into, but like the whole wall is dragon skin. I actually might just have to leave this area. That was way grosser than I was expecting it to be. Holy. My point started out that the orcs have very diverse architecture styles, but that was twisted and disgusting. I didn't quest in this zone during Cataclysm. I like somehow never got the breadcrumb quest for it, so I did all the other zones. And I was max level being like, I don't even know how to get there. Like, how did I miss it? Oh my god. Alright, that was so gross. I'm never gonna be able to come back here. I don't even want to talk about the orcs right now. Whew. Alright, let's just go to Fusilite and look at the goblins again. Whew. Oh, we got a nice night elf, vanilla night elf place here. I'm so curious what the housing night elf homes are going to... I was probably more like Belemeth, which are not as high saturation, I think. Like, these ones are very light and airy. I was noticing earlier in Stone Talon, too, they're very bright. And I think the newer ones, so like BFA, Post-Cata... Yeah, BFA Warfront Night Elf stuff is a bit darker, which I'm wondering now if the game in general has become darker and like less colorful, cartoony. If all of the new aesthetics are like that, that'll be something for us to kind of consider as we continue this journey. Okay. Holy, the Dragonmaw. Okay. Anyway, here's some vanilla goblin stuff. These are really cute. These would look fantastic in the Horde neighborhood. Like, super cute. Look at the pineapple wallpaper. Man, do all the goblin houses have pineapple, or not pineapple, like fruit-based wallpaper? We're gonna have to go to like Netherstorm to look at this. This is wild. I have no attention to detail, turns out. But I don't think the Gadgetzan houses have this cute little, like, awning. That's really nice. Like, great texture. I don't really understand what it's supposed to be made of, because it kind of looks like the house has stone under, like, some plaster. And then this appears to be wood that's, like, riveted on. I guess it doesn't super matter how it's done, but it's cute. I like it. Some nice outdoor tents, that stuff with like the gas pumps and the rockets we saw more in Undermine. So I should go into some of these accessories. Yeah, I mean, these interior accessories, more pineapple wallpaper though. Very scary portrait of some man. Man. Okay, do all of these buildings have pineapple wallpaper? Like, is the Krasworks just the home of pineapple wallpaper? Oh, these candles are from, like, the undead zone we saw earlier. Man. Yeah, more fruit-based wallpaper. Okay, so we've seen bananas and we've seen pineapple. We're gonna have to stop at all the goblin hubs and see if it's a different fruit. I've never noticed this. It's so weird. The rest of the stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is like the subway seat from the tram. This isn't even a goblin item, but okay, yeah. We're gonna have to keep an eye on the wallpaper for sure. For anyone just joining, I'm finishing my tricky treat grind for the season. I just need 100 more for one more item, but I thought it would be more interesting if we went through and like took a minute at all of the different settlements to look at what sort of details we might get in housing. So we've kind of been through Forsaken, the Stormguard humans, some goblin, lots of orc. The orc stuff is a lot more diverse than you might expect, especially from housing. Like the housing stuff that we've seen so far for orcs, oh, I didn't get my treats, is like the quintessential orcish architecture, but there are a lot of like interesting deviations, the most horrifying of which we just saw in the Twilight Highlands. I will not be talking about it. It was disgusting. But it's been really interesting to take a minute and like appreciate some of these details. Got some dark iron dwarves. That'll be interesting because again, like the vanilla dark iron dwarves and the playable dark iron dwarves are like same but different. Okay, from here, I am on a horde character, so I don't know how much we're going to be able to get into of like Elwyn, Redridge, Duskwood, but those are the zones that are like inspiring player housing for the most part, right? I'm not sure we even like need to see them. We can go over to the Swamp of Sorrows and maybe just like fly by some of the human stuff. It's like vanilla human stuff. This is Murloc architecture. I don't know if that's what I need in my life, but I'm sure somebody wants it. Alright, I'm gonna probably hang out here for a second. The logging camp. Yeah, like this is the like quintessential human stuff that we're basically getting for player housing, so it's fine. It's not for me, but it's fine. I would take an Arathi Highlands, like Stormguard house. Which I guess is more this, it's like an evolution of this aesthetic, the white stone. But this like the vanilla version, what we were looking at earlier was BFA. We've got like a red mage tower. Yeah. Okay, this is another goblin settlement in the Swamp of Sorrows. So do we think bananas? Pineapples? Something else? What's it gonna be? No wallpaper, no. Well, that sucks. I was all excited. Oh, there's pineapples. All right. Where did we see the bananas now? I'm like blanking. Krasworks. Okay, Craftsworks. So it's all Kata stuff, but they've only used the bananas at the Craftsworks. Wonder... That was like kind of a full of baddies, so I wonder if like each cartel got a different fruit. I'm not even sure how I would check that right now. My knowledge of the goblin politics is not strong enough. Even after Liberation of Undermine, I just like, it's all mush. I don't know the names of any of them. That's not true. I know their names, but like, they definitely blur together. There's a pet or a toy or something in this zone that I don't have, but the grind seems excruciating. Like you have to kill slimes to get like a lockbox, but it only works in chromie time. That's a later me problem. I don't know at what point I ran out of vigor. I don't know at what point I will be willing to do that grind, but it's not today. Or maybe I just bought the thing? Because it looks like I don't need anything from this. Who's to say? Okay. Am I in the right phase? I'm not. I'm not, and I've been pretty lazy about changing which chronological phase I'm in to just get a tricky treat. This is taking so much longer than it should. I was kind of looking around like, oh, I only have 100 tricky treats left. It'll take no time at all. And while it's worth it to like come look at this stuff, it is not fast. More troll ruins. I think this is pretty similar to like what we've seen already. There's not a whole lot more. Just this, again, like the open air is gonna have to be not so open air. There's like a goblin logging camp here, but it's not really goblin architecture, so I can't, they probably don't have any wallpaper for us to enjoy, sadly. So I think we're done with the Eastern Kingdoms. Oh, no, I mean, we've been talking about this. I'll go down to Booty Bay. We have to. It's like a fun, yeah, like this, there's like a little goblin, I don't even know if it's a quest hub, I don't really remember, but different goblin aesthetic. Again, more the Undermine, like industrialist stuff, but different from the ones that we've sort of seen earlier. And these are nice, like for all that they're just like weird rusty heaps, it's very playful. No wallpaper, some laundry, a little stocking with some stars and moons on it. Very prison-esque bunks, and a pinup calendar. I should really pay more attention to this game. There's so much. Just so much going on. A lot of dead animals hanging out. I like this keg. It's like animated. Having some animated decor would be cool if it just like always kind of like wiggled. That's probably like the fires that T&E were posting about though. That's gonna like cause grief. Good picnic table. I love the witch hat on it, even though that's not how that's gonna go. Bananas. Okay. There's the banana wallpaper. This one's in better shape, I think. Oh no, it is peeling a little, but like less so than it was in the Krasworks. Fun. I wonder how much wallpaper there is in Undermine that I just like didn't notice. It's crazy. Little Naga shrines down there. Alright. I don't think I can... I don't want to go into like all of these. And just from... I don't think they have wallpaper either. I'm just kind of taking a peek. Or they have... They do have wallpaper, but it's more like... It's less silly. Less fun. Let's go with that. Still cute though. Like there's no wallpaper in the current build that I mean not when it was on PTR. So I'll just go back up to the Zeppelin. And the wall options are all pretty dark. With like the Blood Elf ones, the marble are nice and white. And not that I want to go all like builder grade with my house and have every wall white, but there's just like not a lot of choice off the get-go. And because so much of it is like natural materials, it's stone and it's wood, it does wind up feeling quite dark. So wallpaper would be a huge win. Maybe they'll let us paint the walls at some point. Hard to know. I haven't heard anything about painting the walls, specifically like using dyes on the walls, although that feels like it would make a lot of sense. Just delete this stuff. Alright, so I have been doing like a run through Eastern Kingdoms and then a run through Kalimdor. But I think realistically, if I go back over to Kalimdor, it's all kind of the same stuff. So maybe... Where can we go? Pandaria... I would go to Zandalar and Kulturis, but it looks like there's like no tricky treats there. But BFA had some really great aesthetic stuff. So maybe Pandaria, and we look at some panda things, and then we see how far we've gotten. Not sure. Oh my god, the Zeppelin's here. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break while we travel. BRB. Oh boy. As fun as it is to be like going around and looking at all this stuff, it is taking so long. I don't know. I guess we'll do our quest, this Hallow Treats quest. I am running out of steam for this exercise.
Can I help you?
What are we Okay, you know what? I take it back. I'm gonna do... I'm gonna do the emotes for this quest, and then I'm gonna log out in Thunder Bluff. What does she want me to do? Train. And do some remix stuff. I cannot do this tricky treat nonsense for this long. It's so tedious. I don't even know what item I need. That's not true. I'm pretty sure it's just the back piece left, the one from last year, the sort of like harvest golem ones that you would get from Kultiris, which I don't need. It's like a recolor of something we have, and the recolor is, it's like a tint more than a color, frankly. But we can move over to Remix. We can do our Nighthold Mythic for the day, just to say we did it. It was weird. Today's world quests are supposed to be the Valajar, and I went over to Stormheim and there were no world quests available to me, which seems pretty weird. So I don't know if that's changed, if that was a bug, if that's something to do with like how I've leveled. Couldn't really tell you. But if there are now world quests in Stormheim, I will do them. Otherwise, yeah, just a mythic Nighthold, and then we can take a break. Oh my god, why did I just eat a tricky treat? Oh, that's so frustrating.
Traveler, be careful.
Wasted one? God damn it. Okay. Alright. I have 58, technically 68 because I finished that quest. I can't do it. I can't do it. I will be on the lookout for sweet wallpaper in the future, though. Oh yeah, I got some of my remix alts. Some of my remix alts to 80. My DK now, I think, could get into a mythic run of Halls of Valor, or Trial of Valor, for the Deathless. I did try that earlier, and then some people died, so I didn't get it, but I think she could get into a group consistently without too much trouble. So we'll try again tomorrow. The priest just hit 80, so I'm definitely gonna need some eye level before somebody will let me in, or until I can survive it. But those are the only reason I have these three, frankly. The Demon Hunter was to buy the Demon Hunter toy. Don't really know what I might not do anything with her, frankly. The DK I'll keep around to do the Panda Heritage armor after, but I think everyone else probably just get axed. Jimmy, what are you doing, bud? What's happening? What are you doing? He's not usually this weird. Hey, what are you doing? You think the curtain is funny? He's losing his tiny mind. Why don't you just come down here onto the windowsill? No. You want this up? Jim. That will not support you. I don't know, guys. Okay. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Find a group. That's what I want. Oh, no, that's not what I want. JK. Nighthold. I just can't do any more Emerald Nightmares. If I just want to like rip through and get it done. Just for like some extra fragmented mementos and stuff, so that I'm not way behind when Tomb of Sargeras opens up, but like I don't need anything. I have so much bronze. I don't really need the gear. I'm not like quite max, but like I will be any moment now. Yeah, like 116 is plenty. I know people are doing like 40 keys closer to 200, and I do want the title for doing a 40 key. But I've done my 30s. I don't know. I guess I need to do Karazhan on a 20 for the portal, because I didn't go that high during Shadowlands. But these are not like urgent, you know? Can do that a bit later. So anyways, I'm just running Nighthold Mythic to stay a little bit on track. I'm killing world bosses if I need them. I'm doing my world quest, although I got my world quest, my heroic world quest Sargeras set this morning, so I don't like need to do them anymore, which is nice. It might... I don't know if the purple set's my favorite, actually. I was about to say it was. The red one's pretty good, which is what I've got on. Oh, okay. We are motoring. It's a good sign. I came into a normal Nighthold with my priest alt a little earlier, and we couldn't kill... It's not Scorpionox. Right, that's a Scorpion. Yeah. It was bad. I was healing and I'm like, I shouldn't have to heal. This is remix. Like, what is happening? But here we were. It's a bit of a mess. Whew. I'm getting tired. Yeah, see, I have no world quests in Stormheim still. And I've done world quests in Stormheim. I haven't checked Reddit or the forums or anything. Like, I don't know if this is a problem for everybody. Would love, yeah, I mean, like, if anyone knows, please tell me. Alright, and away we go. Is mush right now.
This is a momentous day, my friends. Until the
what do I still need? I know I need a neck quite badly.
Was permitted inside the
is that
corridors of the Nighthold for 10,000
I need trinkets.
years.
Yeah, so like I think I just need jewelry to be fully maxed out. All of my like actual armor is 740. But I'm not going to put anything on unless it's the right trait.
In the hands of outsiders.
So,
all of you
we'll get there.
To save us from the terrible bargain made by our queen.
The neck is the worst one, though. It's like, yeah, 653. Ugh. We'll go in eventually. It's fine. Maybe right now, while we wait for the door to open. Nope. Nope. Come on, Thalisarai. You're like looking over and seeing that I actually put Lemix in my stream title and like don't love it. I think I probably won't be calling it that again.
Tendrils of power are emanating from the
This is like easy to type,
I believe Elisand is using this.
so it's fine, but like I hate saying it. Those aren't gonna... Someone, I mean, also tell me
The time lock is broken.
how we feel about
They are
leech versus
free.
avoidance. I've kind of been just like going back and forth where I'll have like keep one item that's all leech and keep another item that's all avoidance. But they both seem pretty useful.
From here, we have access to the palace grounds. We
I don't
can
know.
open the gates from the inside.
It seems like versatility is what most people are focused on in order to like get their high keys done.
I'm out of range.
And like I said, like I can do 30s no problem, so we're just waiting until it's sort of safe to do 40s for the title. But we are getting a little bit to the point where we've done too much of all of these instances. Filthy. I love this guy. The actual like mechanic with the cakes was really interesting too. I don't quite remember it, but
The palace grounds are
a
just
silly
ahead.
boss is always a good
You'll
boss,
find
right?
them
Like that's why
even
everybody
more
liked
heavily
Liberation of
defended
Undermine
than
so
the
much.
lower levels.
Oh geez. So yeah, like every class has that movement ability that just like goes wrong. I wasn't expecting Shadow Step to have that many instances of that. Like Survival Hunter, I play a reasonable amount. Harpoon gets me every once in a while. Obviously Monk Roll murders me quite regularly. Blink, I think I've played Mage for so long that it doesn't kill me as often as Roll. But I mean, it'll get you, no question. Yeah, didn't think that Shadow Step would be so suicidal.
Let this be a lesson to those who flaunt their power.
Wow, that died fast. This Demon Hunter, whew. Where's our boss? Rogue was like not a great choice for Remix in terms of like sheer damage because you have to wait for your combo points and everything, but it does not matter. Like I'm not trying to do optimal damage at this point. We're just pressing buttons. Stuff is dying so fast. Whoop. Darn, she dead. Alright. Star Augur. Yep. No. Oh, I got excited. Forgot that that wasn't going to be scaled. Never mind.
If only you knew what lay beyond. Let such insults.
People seem to really like this boss. I find his voice lines a lot more irritating than I would have expected.
The burning legion, slayers of
It kind of just like feels like he's trying to tell me something, but he won't get to the point.
hope to resist. Can you, the burning legion, slayers of whole
Be like, yeah, I know the Burning Legion is bad, dude. Like, but do you have anything else to tell me?
the future will be soon.
This isn't news. Surprising number of people die on this trash. I've seen on normal, on mythically, doesn't seem to matter really.
I alone have mastered the delicate intertwining of magic into nature's grand cycle.
It hasn't happened to me yet, so I'm not really sure what is going on. I am stunned though, so, you know, it could happen. We should be marking these. I know it doesn't matter. It would just maybe slightly less confusing if we marked them. Hooray. I wonder if that would have actually hurt me.
So the palace gardener turned himself into a plant?
It's not even this Tuesday that we get a new chapter of remix, is it? It's another one. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this every day for another week. Like, I don't need much gear. I do need more versatility, but like... I guess the question is, like, what else am I gonna do realistically? Like, go back to like regular keys and try to get portals, which I haven't done. I usually get like a couple in a season before I get way too frustrated.
Incompetent mortal filth. These Nightborn can't even defend their own powers from him.
But I've probably learned a lot of really bad habits from this. So if I go on my, like, my regular retail main is also a Sin Rogue. I'm just gonna be doing... I'm just gonna be like overconfident. There's like gonna be a moment where I just run into a pack of mobs by myself and die in a 10 or something. Like, what is she doing? Why did we invite this rogue? I don't know if like my head's gonna be in it. Don't need that. We're still in combat, we're still in combat. That's annoying. Do you have any good names? Really, we have a John Cena reference. Nothing like. It's like by Felicia. That's the DH that's like absolutely crushing it. It's pretty good. Lee. I do appreciate the sort of like irreverence with which people name their remix mains specifically. It's a lot of nonsense.
I'm out of range.
Alright, and I've learned that I don't need to be worried about the bridge disintegrating, really. We're gonna kill him way too fast for that mechanic to be relevant. I was like kind of nervous about it initially. Away we go. I haven't checked if like any of the metas has changed. I know there's been like some buffs and nerfs, but I assume Fel is still all that matters for me, for like a melee. I have been seeing more of the nature tree get used, I think. There's like a lot of the like Nimue, like tree creatures floating around. I assume that's what that is.
he played
But I wonder if it's like only for druids or something. Alright. 2 to go. Elathon seems to have only bugged on the first day, which is good. We're having an issue where I guess we were just killing her too fast and she wouldn't come back for the 3rd phase. But I haven't seen that since, so presumably they fixed it. There's a similar problem with Helia in like the first week, where if you DPS'd her too fast, she would get stuck out at sea, so maybe it's kind of like the same fix.
I
How you doing,
foresaw
Jen?
your coming, of
Chilled out?
course. The threads
Chilled
of
out.
fate that led you to this place. Your desperate attempt to stop the Legion.
I'm gonna close this though.
My people faced a similar dilemma. I peered into
Yeah.
all possible futures in search of an answer. And found only one. The Legion's victory is inevitable. Every time stream shows it to be so.
Oh yeah, I think I was trying to think of what other bosses are gonna RP for ages in future raids. Like we've got
without its energy sustaining us. So a bargain was struck.
okay, Entomb coming up
Now I see a
next.
future where the Legion is victorious and my people.
Hardjatan like talks a little.
This is the thread that must
Well, like
be
Mr.
preserved.
Sassing speaks
I will
before
do
you can engage
everything in my
him.
power to make it so.
Sisters of the Moon talk a little.
Your deaths ensure the future of the
And
Legion.
oh, Fallen Avatar.
Come
Yeah.
forward then.
There's a bunch of RP
Let
before
us
that.
speed you towards your fate.
And then Antorus.
Your timelines end
I don't think I
here.
remember at all. There's a little bit for the World Breaker. None for the Fellhounds and Torn High Command. Oh my god, we have to do ENR. We're gonna have to do ENR Mythic. I didn't think of that at all. Do I have to do the mechanics?
Far less limited.
Rogues are fast. Or will we just send like all the demon hunters to do it? Ugh. Okay. That's gonna be unpleasant. Hopefully I've been able to like, I'm gonna have to do it a few times for the sword fragments or whatever, the currency to get the appearances. Mathras talks, Covenant of Shivara talk, but I don't think they like, they don't go on for ages. Oh yeah, some of those fights are gonna be really interesting. Let's say, I guess it depends on how quickly we kill them. Could be really annoying though. ENR. I know how to solo ENR. Like that's fine. I know it can be done. It's just it's not intuitive, and so a bunch of groups that have never done it before. Did I not hit this correctly? The learning curve that week is going to be nasty.
Strike for Sargeras.
What's happening? Oh, they pulled. They didn't. They pulled him. Let me go. Okay, yeah. What's happening? Oh, they pulled him, but it reset because we weren't all up here. Oh, somebody misclicked. Very well. Okay. Alright, Gul'dan. We're gonna take you out and then call it a night. Oh boy. That was probably something I should have remembered happens.
My will is unbreakable.
Da-da-da.
For Sargeras.
do super well with these extremely repetitive tasks. It's like a miracle that I like this game, if you think about it. And I do like this game, obviously. I've been playing it for most of my life, but yeah, sometimes we really torture ourselves.
Time to return the demon hunter's soul to his body. And that Gul'dan. I am darkness incarnate.
Oh, I have 300 fragmented momentum. Alright, I'll spend those while we wait for Illidan. Oops. Well, that's nice. I'll probably get enough for another one while we wait. Not sure.
Behold the shadow of what is to come.
Come
The
on.
endless darkness that shall
Illidan, we don't care, buddy.
You are not prepared.
Yeah. I know he's coming back in the Last Titan. Is he gonna show up with Sargeras? That seems to be the consensus. He's not my favorite character. Like he's an important character, you know, he's part of the saga, but no. I don't miss him. Alright, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna finish powering this up. 125. That was worth it. That was worth it. I got like 10 levels out of that? That can't be right. Maybe it is. So yeah, I think one of these, just one night holds on Mythic a day until the next phase is totally fine, because by then I'll get my like 200 verse or whatever it is, do my 40 key, and then buy everything up. It won't be an issue. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. The tricky traits have been a slog. I don't think I'm going to stream the last like 40 or whatever it is that I need, even though the architectural journey was interesting. We'll see if I find any wallpaper, but I won't subject you guys to that. So have a great night, and yeah, see you next time.